How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be actually talking about the whole Jake Paul exposed video that went out on Saturday, and goddamn, he got hit hard this time. So now, actually, before I actually start talking about all these topics, it's raining outside right now and it's thundering. So if you hear any raining and thundering through my mic, I'm really sorry. I'm going to try and edit out as much as I can, but with that aside, let's get started. Now, with this whole thing, like I said, I wasn't really expecting this to ever come out, but on Saturday, like I said, that changed where the channel Nerd City uploaded a video about Jake Paul. The video was called "The Parents' Worst Nightmare, Jake Paul." If any of you haven't heard or seen this video, please go watch it. Like, really go watch it, because honestly, it's a lot of information. It's like about 44 minutes long. It's quite a bit. And honestly, with the amount of information that was actually said, it really blew my mind of how much that video contained and just how much he got exposed for what he's been doing. This video already got media attention because Polygon went up and made an article the same day the video was actually uploaded. I'm not really surprised at this point that the media is doing this, because any kind of shocking or exposing YouTube video that goes onto YouTube, they will report on it. And this is gonna happen, and this is actually going to spread a lot more over time. What was shown in this video is just kind of disturbing and disgusting, what Jake has done during the time on YouTube and how he has grown. So if any content actually is disturbing to you, then please don't look at it. I'm really telling you this, but it's not too bad, but it can be disturbing to some of you. So I'm really warning you. So if you're fine with that, then we can continue with the video. I want to say this, that Nerd City, you honestly did an amazing job on the video. It was actually fantastic to watch the whole thing, and it was really worth the 40 minutes. Like, if you guys don't have 40 minutes, I don't know what to really say. But please make 40 minutes of your time and go watch that video. When posting the video, Nerd City has really gotten a huge amount of support when bigger YouTubers have started to retweet the video and started liking it, commenting it. Where we had PewDiePie and Scares were the two big ones that really, left a, reply on Nerd City's tweet. And if you just scroll down, you could just see people all supporting him. It's really nice to see this. It has to happen because all these YouTubers really like this, that he actually made and went out to make this video possible. The main topics that Nerd City brings up about Jake Paul is that in his videos, he's breaking the law about advertising with children, and those videos are not to be shown on television.
Then in 1990, U.S. Congress passed the Children's Television Act. The law does several things that are intended to stop scumbags like the Pauls from exploiting younger viewers. The CTA dictates that shows may not include commercials for products related to the program or featuring characters from the program, which is called host selling. It also limited how many minutes per hour of commercials that children's programming can contain. That's 17.5% and 20% of the watch time maximum can be ads. Now let's store those numbers right here, because we're going to need them in a minute when we check out Jake Paul's content.
Now this is actually very important of what he's saying, because Jake has really outdone himself.
Marketing to kids extremely aggressively. There's some legitimate brainwashing going on. It's very predatory on these kids, and they're selling like garbage.
But until you sit through an actual Jake Paul vlog in real time, you can't understand how aggressively he's doing it. Take this one, for example, titled "The Best Song We've Ever Made." Jake begins by plugging his new song, available on iTunes. Next, he plugs his live tour. Then he advertises his merch. Then he plugs his upcoming pay-per-view boxing event. Then he's back to merch, telling us there's a $500 prize being given away to people who buy in the next 72 hours.
$500. The second prize winner is going to win $250. Just go to fanjoy.com/Jake Paul. Enter the contest, guys. Get yourself some of the hottest merch.
Then he's back to plugging the song. Then in these segments, which really show the seams on how he employs repetition, Jake switches back and forth between stuffing the word tour and song and music video into as many sentences as he can.
My whole entire life is basically turning into a tour. My life is becoming a tour. Everything I do, man, I'm just I'm a tour. Tour.
Next, Jake walks into the area of the house that he's turned into a merch store. We see the URL of the store on the walls, and then Jake makes a merch store.
It's a merch store! Freaking merch store!
He lets his dog chew open a box of merch while he's plugging the merch, which brings Jake back to a tour plug.
Tour merch. As you can see, there's some tour merch inside of there. So if you guys come on tour, get your tickets in the description. If you guys come on tour, you're going to be able to get some exclusive merch that is only available on tour.
Then he puts glitter on his face and jumps in the pool to entertain kids. Not an ad. But then in the very next scene, in his car, there's a merch plug.
Got my new merch on. It's the new drop. Yo, check out the shorts too.
This rolls right into a plug for the boxing again, then a plug for the song again, then back to a merch plug again, 2 more plugs for the song, then another plug for the live tour, then a long merch plug. That's 23 separate ad reads built into one video. Out of a 13-minute and 50-second video, nearly 7 minutes of that time is devoted to advertising products. 50%. Now, remember our numbers here. 17.5% and 20%. And Jake understands and leans into heavy repetition as a principle of advertising. Watch how he describes it here when talking to Vice.
I think you have to market to them a ton of times to like make sure that they're like reminded of what message you want to push to them.
The words are artificially jammed into the sentences he says.
I know that was kind of a long, you know, section of a video, but there was a lot of information that went down in what he said. Basically, I'm glad that he went up and did this because, like, whenever you watch a Jake Paul content, the Paul brothers will say, I really hope you don't. Seriously, just don't watch their content. Please don't. Please don't. But he basically was saying is that 50% or more of the video is just ads. Like, that's it. Because he was talking about, you know, the his merch. He was talking about, you know, the before the boxing match. He was talking about the paper roll, like all that stuff. Most of that took up the time of that video, which was about, I think Nerd City said it was like about 13 minutes or so. That's quite of a long time for ads. Like, that's not good. I would respect that, you know, you put ads like maybe in the beginning of the video, maybe close to the middle and at the end. Like very small portions of it, not like, you know, have like 30 seconds like in the middle of like nothing and just, you know, pop out with like an ad saying like, oh yeah guys, check out this new merch, this fire merch, you know, it's really, really good. You know, it's designed by me. Now this is really messed up because I don't know if any of you guys remember that Jake Paul looked like he wanted to do like a horror series or like something like that. It was kind of weird because it was out of the blue and nobody really knew what was happening.
Jake recently took a turn into making horror content. In a series of videos this summer, Jake and his roommates experienced home invasions from a gang of killer clowns, unknown adults wearing scary masks with blood on their clothes. During this time, Jake Paul changed his channel name to Jake Paul Will Die. In scenes that are intended to distress the viewer, home invaders swing metal baseball bats all around Jake's dog, debate stabbing the dog with a butcher knife, hold the dog hostage, and then in scenes that really upset young fans, bind, kidnap, and terrorize Jake and Erica. If this were a movie, maybe PG-13, right? But too distressing for 8 and younger. And for evidence that Jake Paul's fans cannot distinguish between reality and fiction, countless videos were uploaded to YouTube by concerned children. Some of these kids sobbing, asking for police to intervene, asking for someone to pay the ransom, begging the kidnappers to let Jake and Erica go.
Erica and Jake got kidnapped. And they were like all surrounding Jericho and them, and they got tape on their mouth. And they were crying on each other.
The title says Jake Paul Will Die, so.
They changed the channel name. It was called Jake Paul Will Die.
And the channel's name now it's Jake Paul Will Die. What the heck?
Jake Paul and Erica are like my favorite people.
You're probably thinking if or when you ever saw this, oh, he must be doing some kind of a series or something. Maybe it's something new to his channel or anything. Well, I saw when this whole thing was going on. I didn't buy it one bit because knowing what the Pauls do, which I'm pretty sure we all know what the Pauls do a lot. All these kids, the fans of Jake Paul, were just like making videos saying, we must save Jake. Like, I don't understand. I really don't understand. This is all fake. I don't think that the people that have that went into their house, had access to their channel, changed this and uploads a video to that. I don't really think that's I don't think that's really true. And plus, from that clip you saw, I don't think that's really suitable for his, you know, his audience, his kid. I really don't think all this shit should be on his channel. Also, what Nerd City was talking about is that his thumbnails and titles and everything, this is not for kids. Like, it really isn't.
Titles. Notice how the wording here is don't watch this with your parents, not don't watch this with your kids.
Who is your audience? Who do you make your videos for?
Yeah, my audience is definitely younger. I'd say it's like 8 years old to like 16 years old, and so that's where I try to like cater the content towards. I try to be as clean as possible. This is great.
Jake's cousin and mother reacted to one of Jake's videos, and the cousin gently states that it's too sexual and not appropriate for Jake's young fans.
Little kids watch his things, and it's like kind of inappropriate at some points. Like, I got a little uncomfortable and I'm 16.
That's really all I'm gonna show you of that part, because the rest of the whole, you know, it's just purely disgusting to ever watch. And if you really want to go see the rest of the video, because it's a really long video and it really goes in depth with how Nerd City handles and just describes what Jake has done. The other section I actually want to talk about is that his merch, because he was talking about that he makes the best merch. Well, that's not really true, because in Nerd City's video, we actually found out that Jake does not make his merch. He does not make the designs. He does not make any of it. It's all stolen clip art.
Jake Paulers, we're going in. Great. Welcome to the dumpster. So, Jake recently taunted his boxing opponent about the way that he dresses, chanting Walmart over and over. Became a bit of a meme. Walmart! But if we're talking about cheap clothes, Jake knows that the real meme should be chanting clip art back at him, because his merch is filled with clip art. I isolated the graphics in his hideous looking fashion line, reverse image searched them, and got a bunch of hits. He says he's a fashion designer. No, he's catfishing the public with this merch. This wave design, this Lamborghini, this goat, these boxing gloves, the logo for his entire line, the God Church even, all clip art. This is the best looking sweatshirt Jake's got, and that's not saying much. And even this was straight up stolen from a real designer. The guy who was already selling this design called Jake out.
Now, to summarize this whole video, is that Jake Paul's content and, you know, him as a person is horrible. And to see what his viewers are doing and the content that he does is not suitable for kids at all. Let's just hope something actually gets done about this. The reason I say that is because, you know, this video already had media attention. Once there's more mainstream medias actually start making more, you know, articles about this, I know this for a fact, is that this is going to get YouTube's attention, because we've seen many YouTubers, you know, get called out or get put on a social media site where they will write an article about a specific YouTuber and say, oh my god, let's put this out of context. I feel like with this, I think they're going in the right direction. I hope they actually don't make shit fucking articles that don't make any sense at all. Because in Nerd City, you could just basically watch Nerd City's video and pretty much know everything. I really don't think anything's gonna happen, because you know YouTube. The Paul brothers are their golden boys. Probably nothing's gonna actually happen, which is quite sad. So that's actually where I'm actually gonna end off the video here today. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that like button. If you like my content, click that subscribe button. I also have social medias. I have a Discord, a Twitter, subreddit, and any other kind of social media sites that are related to me. They're going to be down in the description. Now, for Patreon users, I will put your name down in the description below and how much you have pledged to me. And if you guys want to actually pledge any money to me, you can. It's down in the description below where the link is, and you can pledge maybe a few dollars. That's perfectly fine with me. You don't need to spend a whole lot at all. This is not required, but you can always watch my videos for free. I will never pay any people to watch my videos. It is just a scummish thing to do. Now that's actually where I'm gonna end the video. So I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.